So hello everyone. I just want to thank Elisabeth Barthelemy and her team for organizing this event. So thank you so much. So first I'm going to talk about my academic background and my professional experiences. So my name is Audrey Dufernand. I'm 25 years old. I was graduated in 2019. I'm from Réunion Island, where I did almost all my scholarship until 2016, where I did CPGE scientifique, so preparatory classes, in math and physics. Then I went to Marseille to do the Magister, and I entered the Magister in 2017. My first internship was at INSEE in Réunion Island, where the goal was to understand and to understand why some people declare that they didn't have any revenue, but still survive in Mayotte. After that, at the beginning of my second year of Magister, I did my Erasmus in Barcelona, where I worked a lot during the last month. At the end of MAG 2, I did again another internship in Réunion Island, in Tereos, in the Syndicat du Sucre. Tereos, which is a big company that produces sugar. And the goal here was to understand why the sugar planters gave up on their plantation. This is where I learned a lot about RStudio and Factomine Air. I don't know if you know that. Then I did a Master 2 ETE specialization in order to go after that in PhD. So I did my master thesis in volleyball, where the objective was to optimize the localization, the placement of the players on the field. Before my master thesis, I started to work in Monop to anticipate the after graduation. And I was graduated, and I have been working at Monop until the sanitary crisis, so in March 2020. And during the lockdown, I had an interview at INSEP, in Visio, of course, for a PhD job, post. So after the lockdown and the first part of the sanitary crisis, I went in Paris at INSEP in the research lab of IRMES. So what is INSEP and IRMES? INSEP stands for Institut National du Sport, de l'Expertise et de la Performance. In there, there are a lot of departments, and one of them is the performance department. And in this department, there are 2 research labs. I'm part of one of them, that is IRMES, that stands for Institut de Recherche Biomédicale et d'Épidémiologie du Sport. Pardon. And in this lab, we have 4 big projects for the Olympic Games of Paris in 2024. The first one, my favorite, is Empower. That means exploring menstrual period of a women athlete to escalate ranking. So the goal is to study the women athletes' menstrual cycle to optimize and maximize their performance by organizing individual training, and that to specialize the training with respect to their cycle and their hormone in particular. The second one is perf analytics, where they work on sports like box, wrestling, is lutte, to convert sport sequences into database, and then to do performance indicator. Another one is para-perf, para for Paralympics, with three main goals. The first one is to analyze the performance of French athletes, to model their trajectory performances, and to evaluate the competition context. The second one is to optimize the performance of wheelchair athletes. And then the last one is about understanding the psychological, legal, and environmental factors favorable to very high performance. And the last one that I'm part of is about estimating the medal potential of French and international athletes and create and validate tools for estimating potential. You can also find a more descriptive aspect on the link. Well. So my activities, there is two parts. The first part is about is my PhD part. My PhD plan is what you see. So first is about to put a method of estimating potentials in athletics, rowing is aviron in French, and swimming. By potential, we mean like talented athletes, but we didn't want to use the term talent because it's quite complicated to understand and to define. So by potential, we mean the next champions, and it's about detection and selection. The second part will be about where did the medalist athletes, what was their pathway, their trajectory, performances, if they were very, very good at the beginning of their career or not, and how did this impact their potential of medal or not. And the last part is the estimation of the future medalists in the Paris Games in 2024. And the other part of my job is to collaborate with federation, so athletics, swimming, gymnastics, and aviron, I don't remember how to say aviron in English, sorry. I put an example of an app that I created for the Athletics Federation. So the graph is are very small, sorry. But you can see the pathway, the performances trajectory of multiple athletes, and they want to have a visualization of their databases so that answer their goals. So some tips. We do not share internship offers, so you can apply directly to me or to hermes@insep.fr. Something that is important to me is to send your application to the right person. I mean that you can send your resume and motivation letter to HR, but for me it's not enough because the HR doesn't really know if a data scientist or an economist, what are the needs of these people really. So go on Google, enter the company or the organism you want to work for, and the job you want, like INSEP, data scientist, and you will find someone on LinkedIn that you can link on and send your application to this person. During interviews, do not hesitate to talk about your project. That is something that is really relevant for us. If you don't have any answer to your application, don't hesitate also to call or send an email to show that you are interested in the project, to show that you are motivated. And during interviews, if you don't have the answer, the right answer, be open-minded, share your ideas, try to show your value and stand out from the crowd. And last one, if you want to do something, go for it, fight for it, and don't give up. So thank you for your attention.